Hey, hey, Tenpai Tai here. What's going on? This video is about self-love because it's important. I feel like, yeah, it's like I feel like everybody's like bombarding like love into things, but like really, like what is love at the core of like that word? Like, what does it really mean? It's always something I always like think about. Because growing up for me, I've always heard like love used kind of like thrown around. People say they love each other, but end up like, cussing each other out or like treating each other not so good all the time, even though they loved each other. And I'm not saying they didn't love or they don't love each other per se, but it's just like, I tend to use like love very lightly. Um, Not lightly. I mean very. What's the word? Like I don't use it often. Like I only say I love you like when I really 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 like appreciate and love someone and actually want them around. Not to say I don't love people or love everything, but it's more so like there's only so much you want in your life, I guess. Or so much you can handle, you know? I guess for me, so much that I feel like I could handle, but not like too much at once. So you have to pick and choose kind of like, what you want to set your time for, what you don't want to delegate in your life. And I think like the two main factors of anything that we do is based upon like love or wisdom. Like the wisest choice you can make in a situation or the most loving choice you can make in a situation. And those are kind of like the male and female dynamics of like love as feminine and man as the masculine, wisdom, circle, triangle, yada yada yada. So yeah, those are the two dynamics. There's no good and bad or, you know, evil. There's none of that. But there's just more so the understanding or lack thereof, or the love or lack thereof, understanding of love. The- but at the core of all of us, we all vibrate at like love frequency. But when that is kind of torn or mistwisted in a bad sense of understanding, and that's when things can get messy. Um, but love to me is taking care of yourself, in a sense of knowing how to be by yourself and being okay with it. You don't have to be happy or like meditating 24/7. Yeah, but it's more so, just being okay in your own presence. Like meditation is great, um, but also like it's not distracting yourself from the things of life, whether it be like the news and like overwatching things. And I used to be a heavy video game addict, like heavy. Like I used to play video games damn near day in day night, and then like never looked inwards for anything. I learned a lot though, but I never learned anything about myself. Um, Credit to marijuana. Cannabis is a good medicine. Um, I think it's a good alternative to what's it called, to drugs, to retail over the counter drugs and like these doctor things. Like marijuana is literally the best thing, the natural best, already pre-programmed in our body medicine that we have available to us. Because we have like THC receptors in our body that lie dormant until we smoke weed. Cannabis. It's not a weed. It's not a weed. It's a medicine. So I want to kind of eliminate that correlation of weed with marijuana when it's actually a very big blessing that the earth has supplied for us in this given time. And so marijuana's cool, and you're also cool. I think it's good if you have like if you're dealing with like low vibrational like if you're going through a lot and it's kind of hard for you like to break those mind barriers. I think smoking the right strain of marijuana is good. But enough about that. About self-love. I haven't smoked in about I want to say 2 months. I haven't smoked. Actually, I flushed down the rest of the weed I had because it was kind of it's a story. But yeah, I was kind of over it, and I was just like, no, 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 no. I know I had like just too much, and I just didn't want to smoke all of it. I knew if I had it in my house at the time, that I was just gonna always be like, let me just go smoke something instead of like really grounding myself. I knew I was in the place to where I could stop smoking, and I'll be okay. So I just kind of let that go. For now, maybe I might get back into it. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But as of right now, I enjoy just being out in nature, nature and breathing. But it's actually pretty calming. It's like I'm not sure how much nature is everywhere nowadays. I mean, I'm kind of in a cut right now. There's like literally houses like right over there, but it's not. It's the closest thing to my house. So I guess I'm blessed to have this little piece of nature, if anything. But yeah, every single one of us humans are infinitely intelligent. We have a malleable brain that can create anything you want to create. And that in itself is like the most like I guess loving thing ever, like to understand that you're like capable of doing like whatever you want to do. Even if you don't have like legs, you can still draw, you can still create, not like you can still like think and think about things and create things. And I feel like beauty in itself and love and these things are like correlated, which I mean obviously if you love something you want to make it beautiful. If you love something you really like cherish and appreciate that thing or whatever it is. So tips for loving yourself off the fly. Look fly, take care of how you look. When you look at yourself in the mirror, don't let yourself go. You don't have to be working out every day or doing anything like that, but even if you want to put like, you want to get a different style or stylize yourself. If you don't know what to do, just try anything. Just go get your ears pierced, see how it looks. I had my lips pierced. I didn't like it because it was too distracting, I felt like, but I tried it. You can get a tattoo, a cool tattoo, something that actually meaningful to you, and get that. Take care of your body because your body does matter. People in the spiritual path, they kind of like disregard the body as like, oh yeah, like the ego, the body, like there's nothing you should be fighting. There's no part of you and yourself that you should be fighting at all. Everything becomes better when you love it. And if you're trying to fight like your, I guess, insecurities or whatever, it's a losing battle. You have to love your insecurities. You have to love whatever it is that you feel that you need to improve upon. And by loving it, you find ways to which you can improve upon that issue. Like, yeah, pretty much. I'm not sure how to even expand upon that, but we're getting into the 10 minute mark, and I guess that's it for now. Later taters. Choo, choo, doo, doo.